What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we're here for another daily Manchester City transfer update. As I said, news continues to come in thick and fast with Manchester City. Even though transfer deadline day has come and gone and the window slammed shut, there's still things happening. There's still going to be things happening over the next few days, I reckon. So if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Now less than 300 subs away from 32,000 subscribers, so any help towards that will be much appreciated. Also, don't forget social media links. They're in the description if you want to go and check out my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok link. Email also in the description too if you want to go and hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Do leave a thumbs up as well if you are enjoying the content. 200 likes is the aim, and also don't forget as well to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. So we're going to start off with this video. We've got some real positive news when it comes to the contract news. Now, we really only have one real big transfer bit of business left for Man City to sort, and that can be sorted well after the transfer window has closed, but that's because it comes in the form of a new contract with Kyle Walker. Now, the Manchester Evening News have said that Kyle Walker has now agreed a new contract extension at Manchester City. It's going to be a 2-year extension to his current deal, so it would be a 3-year deal running from now, and it would expire in June 2026, which would keep Kyle Walker at the club until he is 36 years old. Potentially, Kyle Walker could be retiring at Manchester City. Now, Kyle Walker's done a press conference just before he heads out onto international duty with England for the next couple of weeks, and he said in his press conference that his new deal with Manchester City is going to be announced pretty soon. So I presume that he's already signed this deal with City. Everything's already sorted, and it's all about Man City just deciding when they want to do that announcement, because this is Kyle Walker verbally himself to the public announcing that he is staying at Manchester City. He said that he was pretty close to joining Bayern Munich. He was looking forward to a new challenge, but in football discussions happen and all of a sudden your mind changes, and that's what's happened. And Kyle Walker said he's made no secret he wants long-term stability like Ilkay Gundogan was looking for, running from May, June time of this year. Kyle Walker said, getting to his age, he wants to sign for the club that's willing to offer him the longest deal. And at the time in the summer when he was getting heavily linked with Bayern Munich, they were the team that were offering him the best terms when it came to his long-term future. Manchester City seemingly have matched Bayern Munich and bettered Bayern Munich here, because Bayern were willing to give Kyle Walker a deal until 2025 with the option of another year. Manchester City seemingly ready to commit to Kyle Walker to give him a contract until 2026. Kyle Walker has also verbally confirmed that he is Manchester City's new captain as well. And so potentially we've had loads of megastars at Manchester City, club legends at the club, who have ended up leaving and retiring elsewhere. May we just see a brilliant player for Manchester City in Kyle Walker finally, because off the top of my head, I can't actually think of any players who have provided long-term service to Manchester City and retired at the club as well. And I've been calling on it for years that for the sake of a year, for what the players have done to the club, Man City's squad always seeming a little bit short. You could always do with them extra numbers. The players who may be losing a bit of fitness, maybe losing a bit of form, they may be losing their legs and their pace and their physique because they're getting older, and it happens. It would be good for these players to have their final goodbye in football, to be at the team where the most memories have been made. And as I said, there's been cases, David Silva, Yaya Toure, Sergio Aguero, etc., 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 all left Manchester City and went elsewhere and played for other football teams. So it'd be good here having Kyle Walker at the club. Will he be here a decade, or at least very close to a decade once his contract is up? And 36 years old, Kyle Walker may want to say, do you know what, I want to hang my boots up. I do know he wants to return back to Sheffield United, so we may get a good 3 years here out of Kyle Walker from now, and then he ends up doing a season or two, and that'll be that for his footballing career. So good news with him signing a new contract. I'm happy with that. I think the last thing Man City need to be doing right now is losing more experienced players who have got a big influence in the dressing room. We've lost some big personalities, Riyad Mahrez, Ilkay Gundogan, Aymeric Laporte in the summer. So it would be important for City to keep hold of some of their seasoned professionals, and Kyle Walker is that, and putting him on a longer deal. I've got no problem with that because Man City's defence is fantastic. You're going to be having other players that are going to step up to the plate, so you can afford for one or two of the players to age and start to lose a little bit of their oomph, so to speak, and still be able to cope and still have something to offer. I wish we'd done the same with Ilkay Gundogan, but here we are. Now moving on to the ins, and speaking of players potentially leaving and going here and there and involving Barcelona, like Ilkay Gundogan, who left Manchester City to go to Barcelona, moves us on to the ins. Manchester City getting linked with some young players, including Lamine Yamal, Alejandro Balde, and Cubarsi. I probably butchered all their names, so I do apologise for that. But apparently Mundo Deportivo say Manchester City over the summer have tried to sign these young players from Barcelona. It's not the first and won't be the last time Man City like to dip into the foreign market when it comes to young players. We've even been to Barcelona's academy before and brought in some top talents and ended up losing them top talents. Eric Garcia being one of them, who ends up going back to Barcelona. Well, I think this final straw here for Barcelona, according to Mundo Deportivo, they're really unhappy with Manchester City and these approaches that have been made for these young players, and the comments apparently that have been made by Manchester City over the summer in terms of transfers in the transfer window as well. And Barcelona now are very unhappy with Manchester City. That's the word that we're getting over from Spain. Yet a few days ago we just loaned them João Cancelo, and as far as I'm aware, no loan fee has been included on that deal. Manchester City could have, if they wanted to, out of spite, offered the same deal that Barcelona offered Ilkay Gundogan, and I tell you right now, Ilkay Gundogan would have signed a new deal with Manchester City. I'm seeing lots of Barcelona fans getting pretty big on social media saying Ilkay Gundogan turned down Manchester City, the treble winners, because he wanted to go to Barcelona only. And he joined Barcelona because, as I was saying before with Kyle Walker, they offered him the best terms. If Man City offered him the same terms as what Barcelona did, he would still be at Manchester City 1,000%. We just loaned them João Cancelo. We're still waiting on payments for Ferran Torres as well. If I was Manchester City, if I was in charge and these comments have been made by Barcelona, I really would be contemplating doing any bit of business with them in the future. Loaning them João Cancelo, things like that. Not happening. Man City, we should have been doing a little bit more when it came to Cancelo. We waited patiently. That deal very nearly collapsed because Barcelona can't sort out their own affairs in their own home. It's got nothing to do with Manchester City. And to me, Man City, I know we've got a heavy influence at the club from Barcelona and their former chiefs and Pep Guardiola that's here, etc., etc. I get that. But at the end of the day, it's Manchester City. It's a business. And in a business, you need to be ruthless. You need to do what's best for business, not what's best for somebody else's business because you like them. And I think that's just something that Man City need to be harder on when it comes to it. We've started to harden ourselves up when it comes to Premier League clubs and comments that are getting made and being the villain. I can tell you right now, Man City are also the villain when it comes to European clubs as well. We quite simply are not liked. And I think Man City should bear that in mind when they're trying to do potential businesses with these clubs, when we're not actually getting much away from these deals. That deal with João Cancelo, they're covering his wage. Fantastic. There's loads of clubs out there that would be happy to cover João Cancelo's wage and pay no fee. We did Barcelona a favour. They repay that favour a few days later by coming out and saying they're really unhappy with Manchester City. You know what? Get in the bin, Barcelona. I really hope we draw them in the Champions League at some point this season and really put them to the sword, like we did with Real Madrid last year, because it's these kind of comments, the little nitty-gritty, digging under the skin kind of comments that, to me, I think are a little bit unprofessional. I don't know what the truth is in terms of these young players, but every single club around the world are speaking to high, top quality young players, whatever academy they're in. It does not matter. It's not a personal thing between City and Barcelona. Barcelona are choosing to make that personal, and comments like that getting made after, in my opinion, we're just doing them a big favour with João Cancelo really is annoying and frustrating. I think City should think about that long and hard before we contemplate doing any bit of business with them again. That's my opinion. That's what I would do if I was in charge at Manchester City. So there we go. That has been today's transfer update. I hope you enjoyed the content. Do leave a thumbs up. 200 likes is the aim. Also, don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. It is free to subscribe. Plenty more Manchester City content to come. Also, don't forget as well, social media links, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok link, they're all in the description. Go and follow me on there. That'd be much appreciated. Also, don't forget, email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. And I'll see you all again real soon for the next Manchester City video. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.